As the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's careers well and truly hit the skids, it's clear they are still succumbing to a very bad habit. When you get right down to it, the monarchy is an institution fundamentally predicated on luck. Luck that Alfred the Great managed to repel the Viking invaders, luck that George I got to be king despite being 52nd in line to the throne, he was the closest Protestant, according to the rules, and luck that in the 20th century, Edward VIII fancied rusticating in France with couture-clad icicle Wallace Simpson rather than ever having to open the Norfolk show. As always, smash the like button and subscribe to this channel, this way you won't miss our next video in this same channel. Now, his great-grandnephew is reportedly blaming this very thing, luck, or lack thereof, for the fact that he and wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex's careers are looking like a busted flush. It's misfortune and bad timing, supposedly, that are wholly responsible for why the couple are not being faked by Hollywood as the most exciting talents to arrive since Scorcese got his first Super 8. A quick recap. First, the Sussexes and Spotify parted ways in a humiliating turn of events for the couple, who had promised they would be making programming that uplifts and entertains audiences. Instead, Meghan tried to save feminism by making word-shaped air in the vicinity of women with much more successful careers than her own, and Harry tried to get the two greatest threats to world peace to talk about not being hugged enough as kids. The next career blow came when reports hit suggesting that Netflix is unlikely to renew their contract in 2 short years, meaning that they could lose up to a reported $76 million in unpaid fees. Nothing like knowing you are going to be dumped in advance. Then the Duke and Duchess, still relatively fresh transplants in California, were deemed flops by no less than the venerable Wall Street Journal. Then, to just really cap things off, they were labeled F***King grifters by Spotify's Bill Simmons before Hollywood bigwig Jeremy Zimmer told the Cannes Lions Festival. Turns out Meghan Markle was not a great audio talent or necessarily any kind of talent. You know, just because you're famous doesn't make you great at something. It is at this point that most people would retreat back into the comfort and privacy of their estate the size of a boutique hotel to do a spot of self-reflection in, say, their yoga room or Japanese-style tea house. Eyes closed, their favorite well-birthing track playing, the air perfumed with organic ylang-ylang. You might expect a couple of adults big on self-actualizing and creating the space to be their authentic, caring selves should be willing to face some hard truths. To learn. To grow. And then to tediously journal about it until it was time for their next colonic. According to the Daily Mail, the Sussexes are not taking any responsibility for the souring of their corporate marriages or assuming that uncomfortable thing, accountability, ironically, one of the very things they keep demanding of the royal family. Instead, they are blaming bad luck. Columnist Alison Boshoff has reported the Sussexes are convinced their downfall was nothing to do with them, and that she has been told they both feel they have been repeatedly unlucky with other world events. Repeatedly unlucky, like Prince Philip's declining health in 2021, which Boshoff claims the couple felt overshadowed their Oprah interview. So why go through with it, given it was clear that the normally plucky Duke of Edinburgh probably wasn't going to pull through this time? Repeatedly unlucky, like, as Boshoff writes, attempts to launch themselves as global do-gooders, which were severely impacted by the pandemic. Except that, years on, they have not undertaken one single, solitary overseas humanitarian trip. Repeatedly unlucky, like the passing of the late Queen last year, which they reportedly believe impacted the launch of Meghan's podcast. What's that? 3 weeks worth of episodes were already out when Her late Majesty sadly left us. And repeatedly unlucky, like the streaming industry taking a huge stock market hit in the last 18 months. The sticking point here, as Boshoff reports, those familiar with the situation say it was the lack of content, not the podcast viewing figures, which was the real disappointment for Spotify. Damn you fate, shakes fist at Sky, for stymieing such talents. Remember to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, this way you will be notified when next we drop a report video in this same channel.